Take it away.
Okay, thanks, Ellen, and thank you, Team Play Hard. I wanted to start with a big thank you to Ellen for having me host this call tonight. I'm really excited, and I prepared, and I hope I do justice to this call. I want to start tonight's call with a quote. I love quotes, and my quote I wanted to start tonight's call with is, "The beginning is never pretty." And I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I think it's important of what I want to talk about tonight, which is the YBY group and setting goals in 2015. So I'm going to give you a little background. I'm going to give you my story a little bit. I am a 3-time gold medalist in a sport called aerobic gymnastics. It is the 6th discipline of the official Federation of International Gymnastics that you see on the Olympics, like the beam and the bars and all those things. And I won my golds in 2008, 2009, and 2010. I do have notes, so if I'm looking down, that's why. You guys know I'm big on notes. In 2009, I came in 8th at Worlds, and that was the highest and is the highest ranking that a U.S. athlete has ever done, has ever made it on the world stage against the Japanese and the Chinese and the Russians and the Czechoslovakians. And not only that, I was also at least 10 years older than any one of my competitors when I did that. I'm also the only U.S. athlete, I think the only athlete actually in the sport to ever three-peat a national gold medal. I retired in 2010. And when I came into the sport, I came into it in 1999, and I came in second to last place in the entire country. And even though I was second to last, I looked up on that stage and I said, I am going to win a gold medal. I am going to be a national champion. I want that gold medal. And I had no idea how I was going to do that. I had no idea what was involved with that. I just knew that that's what I wanted. And it took me until 2006. It took me 7 years to even get on the podium. In 2006, I won my first medal. I won a bronze. And then I proceeded to medal in 2008, 9, and 10 with the gold. And I tell you this because how it relates to Beachbody is when I started this in 1999, I didn't have the skill set of what it took to be a gold medalist. I didn't know what I was embarking on, and that to me is very similar to how we are as Beachbody coaches. We come into this business saying we want to help people, but most of us are not in the health and fitness industry. Some of us are stay-at-home moms. Some of us are in completely different fields and have just started working out. Some of us come in as discount coaches, but most of us, I believe, don't come in with the skill set of what it takes to be a Beachbody coach. And not only do we not come in with the skill set, we don't even think about that. We think, oh my God, I just want to do this. I want to do this. I'm moved by Beachbody. I'm moved because I was a participant, or I was a challenger, or I love Shakeology, and that's all we know. And so then we come in to being a coach, and then we start to realize how much we don't know. Because I can hear Brian shake. The truth is that yes, you are a Beachbody coach, but now you are also a business owner. You own a business. You have a business center. And most of you didn't come into this with the skill set of what it means to be a business owner. You don't know how to inspire people. You've never tried to fill a pipeline for 12 months out of the year. Maybe you've never even heard the word pipeline. You aren't comfortable selling. You aren't comfortable opening the conversation of, will you buy something from me? You don't know how to close a deal. You don't know how to get coaches, how to essentially hire people. Even though, I'm not my team's boss, Ellen isn't my boss, but you are running a business. And so if you look at it like that, most of us don't come into this with the skill set of being a business owner, and we have to acquire that along the way. And what happens is that it's really easy to get overwhelmed by all of those, oh my God, I actually don't know what I'm doing. How do I hear all the time, okay, I have this person that is really interested, but how do I actually do this? Like that happens all the time. Um, you know, in 1999, I didn't have the skill set to be a gold medalist. I acquired that over years of hard work and making lists. I won a gold medal and then 2 and 3 because I make lists. I own a gym because I made a list. I bought a house because I made a list. I ran a marathon because I made a list. Everything that has happened is because I function from a list. And if you aren't making a list, this to me is the meat and potatoes of this call. It is how to make a goal happen. It's this big ethereal thing out there. I want to be a 5-star diamond. I want to be an elite. Okay, great. How are we going to get there? Franklin Covey, which is the company that has all of the day planners out there. I buy my day planner insert from Franklin Covey. They have designed their entire company off of the platform of how we as human beings view our life, how we function, how we get to goals. Because there is a way to make your goal happen. How do you see your life? And if you look at the Franklin Covey day planner and you look at it as at your life as a lens, through a camera lens, there's the wide lens of the year. Okay, that's the big scope lens. Then you dial it in a little bit more and you're now at the month to month, right? Then you go to week, and then your day to day. So if you start to look at your goals, what is your goal this year? What do you want to accomplish in your business? And then you need to get specific. I mean, OCD down to the knit and grit specific. Break your goal down like a business owner. If I want to be at a certain place by the end of the year, there's 4 quarters in a year. That means first, where do I need to be at the end of each quarter? Then I break it down to within that quarter, what do I need? I back it up. What do I need to do month to month in January to get me to where I need to be at the start of February? And then I break it down into weeks, and then I break it down into days. Everybody buys their day planners differently. I have the year, but if I looked at my life in a year every day, I would freak out. I can't even handle seeing my life in a month. I need to see 1 week, 1 day at a time. Because if I see more than that, I'm like, oh my God, how is that ever going to happen? So you got to bring the camera lens of the goal down to things that are reasonable, things that can happen on a daily basis. Now you have to identify, look at your past year. Where were you weak? So for example, in 2004, I almost medaled. It was super flexible. I had all these amazing flexibility elements in my routine. I was super weak. I had no strength. So I spent the entire year of 2005 getting stronger, and then I kind of lost a little flexibility, and then I readjusted. It's all about finding that balance. And that's the thing, is that because we don't have the full skill set, we don't have the full picture of what it's going to take to get to this goal, these things are going to come up, and you have to be able to check in. If you're checking in on your daily lists, then you either are or you're not doing it. You either are or you are not doing them. Daily lists happen, for me, they happen on a weekly basis. So every Sunday, like clockwork, I look at my week in advance and I make my daily lists. I write down every single day what I am gonna do. Today, I wrote down that at 8 o'clock I was gonna run 5 miles. At 8 o'clock, I did not run 6 miles. However, because my planner said I had to run 6 miles or 5 miles today, I went out later and I did it. I did it because that's what my day said I had to do. When you make your lists in advance, the advantage that you're giving yourself is that when you get to the day, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you want to do it or not. If it is on your list, that means that you determined that this was a part of how to get to your goal. You don't have to like it. You don't have to feel great about it. You do, though. You have to want what you want more in the future than what you want today. I wanted to take a nap today. I didn't want to run 6 miles, but what I want in the future is I want to run a 10K by February and I want to win it in my age group. Well, that's not going to happen unless I train. So I want that goal more than I wanted that nap today. Okay. And then I think about, what happens if I don't do this? Am I able to live with the consequences of how I'm going to feel if I don't make this happen? It's either yes or no, and it's typically no, and then that's why you go and you do it. So now, a lot of you have never owned a business, and I hear things all the time like, I don't want to appear salesy. Amanda says that to me. She said that to me. Shannon says that to me. Amira says it to me. My coach, Susie, has said it to me. A lot of coaches I hear are, they're asking permission to their possible customers. Can I tell you about P9? Can I show you this? Instead of asking, or they're embarrassed. They're just embarrassed that you're not coming from this place of being proud. I'm going to pick on you, Amanda, because I'm staring at you. Amanda is a stay-at-home mom, and she wasn't comfortable, or what at least appeared to me, in her platform. And a lot of coaches are not comfortable in their platform. I hear more often than not, well, why is someone going to listen to me? I'm a stay-at-home mom. Or my coach Susie is, well, why is someone going to listen to me? I'm not the perfect example. I don't have the perfect body. The thing is that you are a business owner now, you are a coach, and the first step into being a successful business owner and a successful coach is to own your business. Own who you are. Own you are a Beachbody coach. It doesn't matter that you're also a stay-at-home mom, or you're marketing and developer during the day, or you're an engineer guy during the day. It doesn't matter. You're a Beachbody coach. This is what you are. So first and foremost, you have to own that, and you have to be proud of it. Stop asking permission and start telling people. Start telling people, I have this amazing product and this would be awesome for you. Start telling them. People, think of the last time outside of high school that someone actually cared enough about you to say, I thought about you the other day and I think you would be amazing at this. I think this would really help you. Who does that? Who takes the time out of your life? Just think about that for a second. Who is that person in your life that is telling you how you could get to where you need to go? People pay big money for that. They hire life coaches. They hire personal trainers. They hire business developers. They have that in you. You are a gift. What you have is a gift. You are the coach. And whatever you think you know or don't know, you always know more than your customer. So start telling them what they need. Be proud of where you are, what your platform is, and own what you do. That goes right into when you tell people what they need. Maslow's theory of human motivation, the hierarchy of human motivation, the top thing on the list is food. And through Beachbody, that is Shakeology. So we have food. The next thing is safety and security. Financial security is one of the biggest things of human motivation. Beachbody clearly can provide that for all of us. The next thing is love and belongingness. It is, we are a part of a community of like-minded individuals. We offer something that we don't hardly ever get, which is recognition. We get to recognize people for their small daily accomplishments every day, and that is worth the price of admission. And that brings me into what is the YBY group. The Your Best You group, if you look at it as a big picture, the big picture for 2015, it's not just for you and it's for your customers, but it's also for you as the coach. It's a launching pad. It's a roadmap to where do you want to go in your business. Where do you want to go? Write it down. You don't take a road trip. Tia just traveled from Wisconsin to California via car. Well, they definitely had a roadmap. And the weather got really bad along the way. And that's why at every turn, there is a take a left here. And when you go the wrong direction, you go back to your roadmap and maybe you loop around and you do it again. But you can't go where you want to go in your business this year without a roadmap. And that is what YBY is. And that is what it is for us as coaches and for so first, identify where you want to go in your business in 2015 and write out your roadmap. Spend the time. How are you going to get there? And if you don't know, ask someone. Ask someone. Reach out to a fellow coach or reach out to an upline. How are you going to get there? Day by day, literally, week by week. Make your lists. In the span of the YBY group, which is at least 60 days, there are 3 opportunities for 3 21-day fixed challenge groups. There are 2 opportunities for 2. There are 3 opportunities for 3 coach push groups. Dial in your goals now so that when these big picture things happen, you are ready. How are you going to run your YBY group? Pay attention to the customer. Who's really loud in your group? Who's motivated? Put that person in the next sneak peek group. You know, when I run New Year's resolution boot camps at the gym, those customers that come into that New Year's resolution, that is a large base of my business for the entire year. They may not stay with me as a member for the entire year, but they're going to refer people. They're excited. They're motivated, they got something out of it, and they're going to tell people about me. They're going to tell people about the YBY group. So maybe they're not going to stay with us for the whole year. Maybe they're not going to turn into coaches. But if you run your group successfully, it is going to come back to you. And that is all a part of feeding your pipeline. That's all a part of launching your platform for 2015. So dial in your goals, be specific in how you're going to get there, be obnoxiously diligent, stick to your plan, and hone your skill set as a business owner and as a coach. Identify your weaknesses and force yourself to work on them. I have crazy stage fright. I'm actually a terrible public speaker. I used to have the shakes before I got on stage. I had sport anxiety performance to a level that what sports psychologists write books about. And I trained harder than anyone I ever had met. And in 2005, I was ready to give up. I was ready to be done because I was working as hard as I could work. But the thing I wasn't working on, which was my biggest weakness, was my mental game. My mental game was terrible. And I kept thinking, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll just put it over here and it'll go away. If I don't acknowledge it, it'll go away. But it doesn't go away. Your weaknesses in your business don't go away. Just like weaknesses in our relationships don't go away. Weaknesses in our businesses don't go away. Weaknesses in our friendship don't go away unless we work on them. You have to be willing to dive in and acknowledge what isn't working for you and then fix it. And it's not going to get fixed overnight. It's going to take that list of diligence. I made people come into the room and watch me, and that was horrible for me. And I put myself in uncomfortable situations over and over and over and over again until the uncomfortableness almost became comfortable because I knew what to expect. I knew I was going to be short of breath. I knew when I talked to a new customer, I was going to not know what I was saying. And I learned to be okay with that. I learned to be okay with talking to a new customer saying, I'm a new Beachbody coach and I don't have all the details, but I will get them for you. And the more I put myself in uncomfortable situations, the more I work on my weaknesses, the more you identify what isn't working, the stronger and more well-rounded of a business owner and a coach you are going to be to your customers. In 2008, I got my first gold medal. I also got married. I also bought a gym. Christmas came and went. The holidays came. Family crisis happened. I got sick. I had the normal everyday life up and downs. That is why you make the list, because life goes on. Life happens, and all of a sudden it's Christmas, and now we're December 8th, and oh my God, I'm only at 2 Success Club points, and how am I going to get to 5, right? Lean on your list. Provide yourself a sense of security and a belief that you have taken the time, you've set the groundwork, and it is going to work out. It is going to be okay. And you have started to hone the skill set that regardless of maybe your life around you is falling apart, that you can do 1 or 2 things on that list to continue to move your business forward. That is so important. When you drive somewhere, you don't go there without a map. You don't. And the reason you don't leave without a map is because the weather gets bad and you make wrong turns and bad things happen, just like in life. And when you have the roadmap, you can get back on track, and you don't have to completely go in the wrong direction. You don't have to completely fall off the journey. Just because something happens in your life doesn't mean that your goal doesn't have to happen. Your life isn't going to change. This is your life. Now make your list according to your life. Be realistic. Make the daily to-dos and follow them diligently. Look back on your week. Did it happen? And if it didn't, readjust. Make a new list. Your list has to be realistic. I would never tell a client who's been sitting on the couch and eating cookie and bonbons, tomorrow you're going to go to the store and you're going to buy broccoli and you're going to eat broccoli and steamed chicken. Well, no, you're not. You don't even know how to do that, okay? You got to back the list up. If you want to eat broccoli and steamed chicken, well, what do you got to do? First, you have to go to the grocery store because you haven't been in 6 months. You have to literally dial the list down to the bare bone necessity. So that's it. That's my presentation. Thanks, you guys.
That was awesome. Does anyone have any, let's open it up. She did a better job than I do about saving time. So we have.
I wanted to open it up for questions, and I did want to talk about the logistics of the YBY a little bit.
We have 6 minutes, I think, guys. Wait, maybe we have 16 minutes.
Yeah, I'm at 22:51.
Okay.
So I still say, I think the YBY, by the way, is going amazing. This is the first time I've ever started a challenge group where there's action happening before the actual action. It's really amazing. It's awesome. Does anybody else feel that?
Yeah, I think it's also, it starts 3 weeks from today. So next 3 weeks, you guys, actually the ideal time to invite. It gives people long enough to get paid, to have it shipped, to open it, and to look through it and do their measurements. 3 weeks is the perfect time. So if you haven't started, we're 4 weeks. Oh, we're 4 still?
But it says you have it ordered
2 weeks to Christmas.
by the 12th.
Christmas is yeah, we got 4 weeks.
Till January 5th?
Yeah, the 5th.
Oh.
Today's December 8th.
Okay. All right, so we have time still to do inviting, but Beachbody says 3 weeks is the perfect window. So, continue to make your list.
Did anybody listen to the National Wake Up Call today?
Brian did.
Not yet.
It was really good. And one of the things she said that I thought was awesome was be where your customers are. Be where they are. And right now, all of our customers that we're inviting are freaked out because it's almost Christmas. And everyone is broke. Oh, I just got a 10-minute warning. That's cool. And so those are objections that we all have to handle. We got to learn how, you gotta plow through those objections.
I didn't know exactly the content. I mean, Jen and I talked a little bit about what she was going to say, but I just had some sort of like general comments from taking notes. One, it's funny to hear you talk about Franklin Covey because I actually didn't know who he is and that he created a day timer or a day planner, but he does seminars for Beachbody all the time. Did you know that?
I
Franklin
did.
Covey?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've seen, like, I think since I've been a coach, I've seen 2 or 3 invites to like go to the Franklin Covey's Beachbody seminar, in LA or whatever. So that was interesting. I was like, who is this Franklin Covey? Well, now I know. So, the other thing is, I don't know about you guys' gallery view, but mine's pretty awesome right now because I've got Oregon is on the left and Northern California is on the right. Is that how you guys are all set up too, or is it just mine?
Yeah, that's how I'm set up.
It's like Oregon and California. Okay, so Franklin Covey, and then I was gonna say that I swear by list making. I swear by it. I'm so glad that you talked about that. I do my list similarly is what I like to say, similar and different. I definitely block out my week on Google Calendar and my month, and I've got things. I mean, I have things on my calendar like way ahead of time, but I make my detailed list the night before and I write it down on paper based on what is on my Google Calendar. And I like to have things on my list with a star by them that are non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. If it has a star, I cannot sleep until that is crossed off. It's non-negotiable. And I have business-related things, personal things, regular job related things that are non-negotiable. Payroll is due today. I have to teach PIO at 9 a.m. I have to, if I consider doing invites for this YBY, I will put that as non-negotiable. Invite 10 people to the YBY. I have things that are stars that I will not let myself go to bed unless I cross them off. And then I have other things on my list like go to the post office, take a shower, get an oil change. Those things are allowed. If I give myself permission based on how the other things are going. Maybe those can roll off till the next day. Or on a Google Calendar, you can click on them and slide them over a day. So I have to kind of micromanage my list like that as things come up and life gets in the way. But things with a star on them, for me, I won't go to bed until they're done. So, and I always have Team Beachbody business related things on the list. So I don't know if that helps you guys. I loved how Jen said that she didn't have the skill set in '99 to be on the podium like she did in, 2006, but 2008, 9, and 10. She didn't have the skill set when she started in '99, and I've been wanting to say that something along these lines to you guys, and I keep forgetting when I have you live. But don't ever look at one of us, who are diamonds or you perceive as doing better in the business or who are further along with the business or who are making more money or have had greater successes and think, oh my gosh, well, I can't do that. I can't lead a Zoom call. I can't host a Super Saturday. I can't run a challenge group or whatever. I can't complete a program. I can't complete a program myself, or I can't this, or I can't that these leaders are doing. Well, maybe you can't today. Maybe today, or I can't do fun graphics with Instagram, or I don't know how to use Instagram, or I don't know how to hashtag, or I don't know how to set up a YouTube channel, or I don't know how to do this or that these leaders are doing. Maybe you don't today. I didn't either. I didn't know how to do Instagram. I did not know how to set up a Zoom account. I did not know how to search engine optimize my YouTube channel. I did not know how to host a Super Saturday. I did not know how to do things that now I'm doing. And there's still things that are beyond my reach that I don't know how to do still that I'm going to learn and tackle and achieve in the years to come. So I love that point that began this call is she didn't have the skill set in '99 and she had to hone it in time. And that is so true to this business that it literally, like an infant, you don't ask an infant to go run around the block. So just one little thing at a time. Just a list is a microcosm of that. A list is like one. She said she doesn't like to look at her whole month or in advance because it'll freak her out. Well, don't try to see, don't try to imagine everything all at once. Just take one bite of the elephant. Have you heard this before? How do you eat an elephant? How come no one has ever heard the how do you eat an elephant?
One bite.
Yeah, one bite at a time. If you had to eat an elephant and you looked at it, you're like, I can't eat an elephant. But one, Amira's like, what? But because it's so daunting, it's such a huge task. But if you do one little bite at a time, that is gross. I got to come up with another analogy. But I loved her point about own who you are, and I had a little practical vignette on that. When you meet people, one of the most common things that people say when you meet them is, what do you do? What do you do for a living? That is one of the most common, like, that's our American culture. You ask what they do. And whatever else you guys do, say, I'm a Beachbody coach. Let that roll off your tongue when you're make that part of your identity and how you see yourself, because you want to be introducing yourself to people like that all the time. And I think that's all I had. That's all I had. Anyone else? Questions?
Off topic. All apparel, no shipping. So if you want to wear and share, you might as well order now. No shipping.
That's right.
And they do have max 30 on there. Supposedly, that's what they said.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm going to end it then and just remember the beginning is never pretty, and don't get discouraged by not moving at lightning speed. As long as you're moving and you're moving your business forward and you're making Success Club 5, you are doing awesome. Make your lists. If you're on my box, I'll be boxing you, Amanda. Are you on the board? Are you on the board, Shannon?
Okay, well, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Fujii. That was awesome.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Jen.
Good job, Jen.
Thank you.
Good night, California.
Bye, Oregon.
Thanks, Fujii.